Well, hey guys, what's up? It's your boy AI Legends, and today I shall be uploading the next part of What If Naruto was the reincarnation of an unknown's voldigoad. So, without any further ado, let us start our video. But before starting this video, I would like to make a request to all of you guys who are watching this video to subscribe to my channel, because only 30% of the people who are watching this video are actually subscribed to my channel. So, it would be a great favor to me if you guys do so. So, without any further ado, let us start our video. Last time we left off at the graduation exam where Naruto showed his skills along with the other Genins as Hokage, and everyone was quite shocked when the dragon came from the portals, as it was the dragon of fire, of different fire like hellfire or otherwise known as Amaterasu, as well as the white flames, the blue flames, the red flames. This was a great dragon, and Naruto seems to be able to control this fire, shocking everyone, as Minato wanted to know who taught him that jutsu, as Kushina tried to forbid Naruto, telling him that how it was a forbidden jutsu and it should be in the scroll of forbidden jutsus. But Naruto just shrugged him off as he went off. Now let us start our video from here on, as Naruto has become the Rookie of the Year, as since Naruto has already defeated Menma, Mito and Sasuke in a single battle, so they never challenged him for the title of the Rookie of the Year. So the teams are about to be begin. Right now the kids are on their homes as well as doing their thing, becoming Genin and all, as Naruto was summoned in the third Hokage's house, as Naruto was standing in front of third Hokage in his usual manner of Anos voldigoad, as Hokage sighs and said, "Well Naruto, I want to know that from where did you learn that strange jutsu? I have never seen such a jutsu, as well as don't think that I did not notice in all of your fight you barely just snapped your fingers or did things like that, as you never ever made a hand sign to do any jutsu. And just to tell you Naruto, I know many jutsus, almost every jutsu that Konoha knows." As then Naruto nodded at that, as Hokage said, "So, who taught you that jutsu and how did you perform those jutsus without using the hand sails?" As Naruto started to laugh and said, "Well, old man, I truly trust you, so I might tell you who I am actually is." As third Hokage raised an eyebrow, as then Naruto said, "Alright, let me ask you something." As third Hokage nodded, as Naruto said, "Well, what do you think of demons?" As third Hokage was confused about the question, as Naruto said, "Yeah, what do you know about the demons? How come the humans, we know about the demons?" As third Hokage explained that how there are 9 demons known as from the 1 tails through the 9 tails. As Naruto said, "Well, so what do you guys actually are so much afraid of them?" As third Hokage explained that how they are so destructive. As Naruto said, "Well, just to tell you that these 9 beasts you guys actually call demons are not demons." As third Hokage was confused about it, as Naruto said, "Well, I have studied about it as well as talked to the Kurama, or you can call him the 9 tails." As third Hokage was shocked, as Naruto said, "Well, before you get panic, he was not the one who taught me all these techniques. After all, he does not have any chakra of his own. He is only a soul inside of me." Which was quite a unique experience, if I tell you honestly. As third Hokage was confused, as Naruto said, "Well, I am actually not this Naruto Uzumaki person, but my original name is Anos Voldigoad, the Demon King of Tyranny." As third Hokage was surprised and shocked at the same time, as third Hokage speak up, "Naruto, it is not the time for joking around." As Naruto said, "Well, I'm not joking around." As Naruto explained how he never wanted to incarnate himself into this world. This world is strange, different from his own, as the world from where he actually came from, use own magic and mana. But this world used different type of power, and these beasts you guys call demons are nothing more than accumulation of natural energy of this world. And if they are evil, then I must tell you, the natural energy that is consumed here is also evil. Third Hokage was still confused, as Naruto said, "Well, allow me to show you." As Naruto's eyes changed color into red, as third Hokage before could say anything, he was shocked, as if he was almost like put under a genjutsu. As Naruto showed him his life, how he was the demon king of a different world, as how he made the peace between the human world as well as the demon world, showing that how good of a deeds he actually did, and he finally died a peaceful death But in the end, he was incarnated into this world as third Hokage was utterly shocked when he when he saw all these things that Naruto could actually do, as his eyes opened back as he was utterly shocked and as well as panting as he looked towards Naruto, who was standing there. As third Hokage said, "So, are you telling me that you are that person?" As Naruto said, "Yeah, I never wanted to reincarnate myself once again, but it seems that it is destiny. I'm here. And just to tell you that I am judging this world if it is actually worth being around. Otherwise, I will destroy it." As he looked towards third Hokage, activating his demon eyes, now knowing what those eyes actually meant and how powerful those eyes actually are. As third Hokage gulped a little, as Naruto said, "Don't worry, I do not kill innocent people, as well as do not destroy things randomly. I only judge and then I make decisions because I'm a king, the king of demons." As third Hokage had a shiver going through his vein, as Naruto said, "Alright, I'll be leaving now." As third Hokage started to think, "Minato, Kushina, which trouble you guys have put yourself in," as he started to sigh in his mind, along thinking about his student Jiraiya and Tsunade, that how much they are pissing off this guy who is literally way stronger than even the Sage of Six Paths. As third Hokage went off to his position, now Minato was in his council meeting, as one of the council members said, "Minato, that kid, how did he know all those jutsu? Those are S-rank jutsus." As Minato was talking, as well as third Hokage, who also arrived here, as one of the civilians stood up and said, "He's way too dangerous. He could burn this village to the ground any point." As third Hokage was thinking, if Naruto ever heard this, he will destroy this village in a blink of an eye. As they started to get scared a little for these foolish villagers, as Kushina said, "Yeah, how did he learn that jutsu? My Mito should have known that jutsu." As third Hokage said, "Well, I have talked about it to him," as everyone has attention to third Hokage. As third Hokage sighs and said, "Well, it seems that he has some type of Kekkei to control different type of fires." As Danzo raised an eyebrow, as well as Minato, and said, "What? Kekkei? Well, Manman Mito does not have any Kekkei like this." As third Hokage said, "Well, it seems that Manman Mito does not have a specific ratio of genes of Namikaze as well as Uzumaki. It seems to be some type of new Kekkei, but who knows? It is quite possible that Menma and Mito might awake this Kekkei in the future, right?" As Kushina said, "Yeah, if that demon has it, then I bet my children can also activate it." As Minato sighed and said, "Well, it seems that that's a good news. My son and daughter could get strong, not a demon. I bet my son could do better than that." As Jiraiya finally nodded at that. But unknowing to all of them, Naruto was there, watching all of this, as third Hokage sighs and looked forward as his eyes widened as Naruto was sitting in a chair drinking his tea, and it seems that no one was able to watch him or see him, as third Hokage was utterly shocked as Naruto looked toward third Hokage and put a finger on his lip, telling third Hokage to be silent, as he's just watching and observing, as third Hokage has an heart attack, as Naruto is judging all of them, and he will decide if either he will destroy this village or keep it around. Now, let us have a time skip. In this time, the teams were let's see how to make one. Next day, as Ruka as well as all the teams were there, as then Ruka started to explain the teams, as he started to announce, as teams were like this: Menma, Mito and Sai, as well as Kiba, Sasuke and Sakura. As for Kiba's place, let us have any other random person. Guess what? It is going to be the sister of Hinabi, which is going to be the twin sister of Hinata. So she can have the spot for Kiba, because I wanted Naruto to be in a single team. As then Melma started to laugh as he looked towards Naruto and said, "Huh, the demon does not get any team." As all the team started to laugh, as Ruka said, well, Menma, it is not the case. Naruto is going to be the one-man team, as it is like we are lack of sensei. It was because Minato and Kushina did not wanted Naruto to have any sensei hating him so much that They never wanted Naruto to get this strong. He's already strong enough, as well as Manman Mito got beaten up by the hands of him. They were stupid, but not that stupid, to see that Naruto is actually right now stronger than Manman Mito. But they think that Manman Mito could easily surpass Naruto with the proper training of the all these senseis, Sonins and Hokage level fighters, so they are training Manman Mito right now. As for Naruto, he's living in his mansion, to be honest, because his house from outside it looks like an apartment, but from inside it's a mansion. As Naruto chuckled and said, well, it is more than merrier. As he started to walk out, as Manma said, where are you going, demon? As Naruto said, well, didn't you hurt me? Didn't you hurt him? I don't have a team and I am my own team. Or you can say that I'm an army of my own. As Manma gritted his teeth, knowing that how many clones Naruto could actually make more than his own, as Naruto went off. Now let us head towards the mission, as Naruto was given the D-Ranks mission because they never wanted Naruto to get any higher missions, knowing that his strength is definitely higher than that of a Chunin's, or at least at the level of a Jonin, but they never wanted Naruto to get any strong, so they were giving him the D-rank missions, as Naruto has done 3 D-rank missions of catching cats and different things like that. As he looked towards the Chunin and told him that how he does not want these stupid missions, he wants something higher than that. As Chunin smirked, well, for the Ganins, it requires at least 100 D-rank mission. It is in the laws and no one can break it. But if you want, you can talk to Lord Hokage. As he smirked at Naruto, Naruto just simply smirked back and said, well, it is in law, right? After I get 100 D-rank mission, I can get a C-rank, right? As then he nodded and Naruto picked up 100 D-rank papers. As the Chunin started to laugh and said, well, good luck. See you next week or next month. As Naruto said, see you in next hour. As he went off, as he makes several clones, or let it be even more fun, as Naruto moved so fast, as he started to complete his missions like they were nothing, as he was moving faster than speed, doing all these missions, and those missions who actually require other people to work with, he made clones. For those missions, he required only himself, for example, crops, in fields, in rivers, those type of missions. He could do it in the fraction of a second as he completed his missions like they were nothing. In the next hour, Naruto was at the desk of that Chunin as he grabbed the papers as he said, well, here's the report of all these missions. As Chunin was utterly shocked, he was about to grab one to see it as Naruto said, no, it is not for you. As Chunin said, what are you talking about? Naruto said, well, these are mission reports and I can only give it to Lord Hokage. As Chunin said, alright, come on. As the Chunin and Naruto went into the room, as Minato as well as Kushina who were there, they looked towards Naruto and glared at Naruto, but Chunin was there, so Minato said, so Naruto, you are here for a C rank, right? As Minato said, but before you could ask for any C rank or anything like that, you have to do at least 100 D rank missions and give the report to me. Then I will decide if you can do any C rank or not. As Naruto said, well, I know about it already and I have things for you. As Naruto started to walk towards Minato, and then he said, here's a gift. As he put a scroll there and then put some chakra in it, and then it was a puff of smoke as Minato's whole desk was filled with paper. As Minato's eyes widened, as Chunin said, well, Lord Hokage, Naruto Uzumaki here has done 100 D-rank missions. As Naruto said, and this is the report of all of them. As he looked towards Minato, as he smirked, as Minato was utterly shocked. His whole desk was filled with the utter nightmare of all Kages, the paperwork. As Naruto said, well, see you tomorrow, Lord Hokage. I'll be ready to get my C-rank mission. As Kushina as well as Minato was utterly shocked. All these papers requires their stamp, otherwise the work will stay back. As Minato was shocked as he glared at Naruto. Naruto has stuck him with all this paperwork. As Naruto just smirked back and then went off. As Minato said, that damn demon. As Kushina said, alright, Minato, you cannot give him any C-rank mission. As Minato said, well, if it was not because of third Hokage, I have to give him. These are according to rules. As Kushina said, alright, I will get my meteor scene mission as well. As Minato said, alright, first they need some D-Night mission, Kushina. As Kushina said, I don't care. As she went off, and as Minato sighs and said, alright, now I have to deal with all this paperwork. As he slammed his hand into the desk and all the paperwork went off into the ground as Minato screamed out the name Naruto. As he started to do his work from here on, as Naruto started to laugh in his mind and said, well, that is good. As he looked towards, as he went back to his home and then to his mansion to be precise, as then he entered into the mindscape of his own. As he looked towards Kurama, who was chilling in his mindscape, as Naruto said, well, I want to talk to you about something. As Kurama looked towards him and said, so what do you want? As Naruto said, well, to be honest, you are one of those people who talk to me quite casually, but I don't mind it. After all, you are considered to be the strongest demon in this world, after all. But I can tell you're not a demon, just an accumulation of chakra, but a different being in the same time. As Kurama nodded at that, as Naruto said, well, I wanted you to see that. What type of power do you actually possess? I want to feel your power and see it for myself. As Kurama said, well, too bad for you, because I don't have any of my power, and that damn Minato, his seal is like that. Every time those brats lose any chakra, low to 50%, my soul is forced to create more chakra, and it went to that seal. As Naruto said, well, then it's a connection between you and your chakra. As Kurama nodded and said, well, the soul is the source of chakra. Without it, chakra does not exist. So that seal is forcing me to create more chakra and making it go to the seals of those two brats. As Naruto nodded and then, alright, it is easy enough for me. As Naruto put his hand towards Kurama, who was confused about it, and then a magic circle arrived. As Naruto said, Ignal, as he made a spell, and then Kurama started to glow as he could feel the power surging through his veins. As Naruto's eyes glowed into the demon eyes, and then Naruto smiled and said, well, it is all done. As Kurama could feel that the power was surging through his veins, all of his power, no, even more power was coming towards him. As Kurama was surprised and shocked at the same time. As he asked Naruto, what did you do to me? As Naruto said, well, it is quite simple. I have shattered your connection to any source that was actually connected to you, and now you are a separate being. Just to tell you that the connection that a seal made with you and your chakra, previous chakra that was sealed away in those two brats, is now shattered. You can create your own chakra and you are a different being. And just to tell you, Kurama, I have sensed a strange type of connection as well. Not only you, but all Bijus possess this type of connection. And he was actually talking about the 10 tails. All Bijus are connected to the 10 tails. That's the main reason the Gato was able to pull all these 9 tails back into him, and he was able to grab them with his chakra chains. And this time, if the Gato try to attack Kurama or try to grab him with his chains, it will not work, because Kurama is no longer linked to the 10 tails and he is a different being from here on. As Kurama was utterly shocked, because he knew that what type of connection that Naruto was actually talking about, and now he could feel that he was a different being, different from the 10 tails, different from his previous chakra. He was actually stronger than his original self. As he thanked Naruto a lot, as he thought that it was not possible for anyone. As Naruto nodded at that, as Kurama said, which means that if those brats use any chakra, it will not regrow. As Naruto nodded at that and said, well, your previous soul is done for, and you are a different being from here on. As Kurama thanked Naruto a lot, as Naruto said, well, alright, see you soon. As he went off to do his different things in the next day. As Naruto was sleeping at the night, as he was in his mansion, and then he could feel some presence enter into his house. It was none other than some shinobis who were trying to enter into the house. As one of them said, alright, I've opened the window. As other one nodded, and then both of them entered into the great house of Naruto. As both of them opened the next door, thinking that they were in the hallway and they have to go. As when they opened the door, they were utterly shocked. It seems to be a huge mansion. They seems to be in a big hallway going towards several rooms, several doors were there. As both of the shinobi, one of them said, "What is this?" As other one said, "I don't know. We entered into the room of that demon, right?" As other one said, "No. What type of place is this? It is even bigger than the Hyuga compound." As they started to walk towards the different room, as Naruto smirked at that and said, "Good luck surviving." As one of them said, "Well, I feel some presence here." As he opened the door, as then he was utterly shocked the moment he actually opened the door. Other one said, "Well, is he here?" As he said, "No, it is only darkness." As before he could reply anything other, a big mouth of a big dog arrived as he bite down on the shinobi. The other one was utterly shocked. These rooms are actually connected to the different dimensions as well as the hell, as well as you can consider it the security partner of this castle. As he was screaming in pure pain, the other one was utterly shocked. It seems to be the three-headed dog, as he bite down on that shinobi and then eat it up completely. As the other one started to run towards the place from where he actually came from, as he then suddenly sensed something heading towards him. As he was shot, as he stumbled upon a door, as he unfortunately as well as accidentally opened it, but he was still running towards the window which from where he actually came from. But unfortunately he has opened another trap, as then suddenly chains started to come from that door and started to wrap around that shinobi, as shinobi was screaming in pain as the chains started to drag him towards him. And then he could see only two red eyes that was in front of him. It was none other than Naruto standing in front of him, as he was begging him to save him, but it was already too late, as the chains grabbed him and then put him under the door, as the door slapped back. As Naruto said, "Well, that was interesting," as he finally went off to sleep. As for other shinobis as well as the civilians who actually ordered Naruto's execution, as they asked some Jonis to kill off Naruto and they will give him some prize, knowing that how strong Naruto actually is getting. So they just wanted to get rid of the demon, but it did not went well for the Jonis and all. But now let us have a time skip of the next day, as Hokage has to give Naruto a C-rank mission. So he gave him you can say a low C-rank mission. It was almost like a D-rank. It was, you can say that. Now, what type of mission should it be? Let's think about it. Yeah, that should be good enough. As Minato gave him a scroll and said, "Well, Naruto Uzumaki, you have to give this scroll to the land of T." Yeah, that should be good enough. And unfortunately, since you are only a one-man team, so you have to go it alone. As Kushina arrived and said, "And yeah, that place is filled with bandits, rogue shinobis, and be careful about it." As Minato started to laugh as well as Kushina, as Naruto just simply smirked and said, "Well, that should be easy enough." As he went off, as Kushina said, "I hope that demon died there." As then Jiraiya arrived and said, "That demon is tougher than that. He's not going to die that easily." As Kushina nodded at that. As for Minato, as he said, "So Jiraiya-sensei, why are you here?" As Jiraiya said, "Well, Minato, I'm here to teach both Menma and Mito the Sage Mode." As Minato said, "The Sage Mode? Well, that is good. We should teach them right now." As Jiraiya nodded, and then Kushina said, "Alright, I will bring both of them." As Minato asked, "What about the third Genin?" As Kushina said, "That root agent, I don't care about him. He can go and do his thing." As Minato sighs and said, "Alright, I think that he is not that important after all. It was none other than Sai, and remember it." Okay guys, from here on, where was I? Yeah, Naruto was going towards the land of T because he also wanted to see this world. As he started to head towards the land of T, as he saw that somehow he could sense some presences trying to follow him. It was none other than the agent of the route. As Naruto sighed and said, "Well, these people never learn." As when he went to a different location to some distance from the land of fire, as he saw that these agents was started to attack him as one of them threw several kunais towards Naruto as Naruto looked back and then blinked as all the kunais were shattered into pieces in mid-air as root angels landed beside Naruto as one of them said, Naruto Uzumaki, come with us. Otherwise, we have to use force. As Naruto said, so, who sent you here? As root agent was not saying anything. As Naruto said, alright, let's see. If you guys can touch me, then I will come with you guys without anything, without any struggle whatsoever. As one of the root agent nodded towards his partner and then he started to rush towards Naruto with a sword in hand as Naruto said, swordmanship, well, it will be fun. As Naruto, you can say that as Naruto could see a branch of a tree as he just smiled and said, well, this does bring back memories, but let's see that if these guys are as good as him, which I really doubt. As he blinked towards the branch of the tree as it came into his hand as Naruto started to fight with all of these ambos with only using the branch of the tree as he started to cut all of them down with a single strike as he moved the branch so fast as he cut down several root ambos as Naruto started to beat all of them down with only a single branch as the ambo's captain was utterly shocked. The first time in his life he was feeling fear as he started to run away from Naruto as Naruto said, well, this should be easy as he pointed his fingers towards him and said, well, begone, coward. And then the red fire came out of his finger. It was like an arrow and then started to rush towards the ambo as he was utterly shocked. From far away it seems to be just small fire, but as it was moving towards the ambo, it started to get bigger and bigger and it was even bigger than the fireball as it rushed towards the ambo and then boom, a big explosion could be heard in the forest. As from the hidden leaf village it was not that far away, so they could see smoke coming from the forest. As Naruto said, well, that was easy enough as he went off, but he could feel some other presence that was watching him, but he ignored it for now. After all, he do have a mission to complete as it was none other than Danzo who was watching this battle and said, well, you are a threat indeed, a major threat indeed. As he went off, as for Naruto, he just completed his mission as quick as possible because it was a boring mission, but he did had some fun with bandits and all, but he did not kill all of them and just put them out of their misery, or just, not killing them but still capturing them and all. As Naruto came back, along the way some missing ninjas tried to attack Naruto, not that much, but the Chunin level and all. As he finally went back, as then Minato said, alright Naruto, give me your report. As Naruto said happily as he put out scroll and then put it on the table as Minato sighed and said, think in his mind, I have a bad feeling about it. And then there was a poof of smoke and then Minato's, you can say, desk was once again filled with the paperwork as Minato was utterly shocked and said, what? How could a CNET mission can get this much paperwork? As Naruto said, well, you did say give me a proper report, and being a honest shinobi, I will tell you everything. But Naruto did skip the part where root ambos actually attacked him because it does not matter, as he put different things like he was going there as some bandits attacked him as he moved back and he attacked and then dodged him. Those type of rubbish as Minato was glaring at Naruto, as even third Hokage who was just watching there chuckle a little. And Naruto said, alright Lord Hokage, but I did had something important, as he looked toward third Hokage and said, how much this will cost? As he put a different scroll on the table and then there was a poof of smoke and then two heads came out. It was the heads of a two missing ninjas. As Minato looked towards him as his eyes widened and said, what? Those are missing ninjas' head? As Naruto said, yeah, that's the main reason I brought it here. I have heard that it costs a lot of money, right? According to Bingo book, I got 1 million Ryu. As Minato's eyes widened, as third Hokage said, well, according to the Bingo book, it is right Naruto, you will get your share. As Naruto said, alright, I'll leave it to you, third Hokage. As he put his scroll back and then handed over to Minato and said, I will be expecting my money soon enough. As Minato sighed and said, alright, you can go. As Naruto nodded and went off, as Minato said, damn it, how can he encounter so many missing nins and all. He's just getting experience and experience as he sighs. As Third Hokage was looking towards Minato, feeling a lot of disappointment in Minato and all. Now it is time for Naruto doing different missions as Naruto has finally called into the Hokage office as Minato and Third Hokage were there as Minato looked towards Naruto and said, Naruto Uzumaki, I'm giving you a mission. It is going to be a B rank mission, but you will not get the full fee of the B rank as Naruto looked towards Minato as Minato had a serious expression as Minato said, well, it is a mission as my wife and my children have went to a mission along with Kakashi, but they have seemed to encounter some missing nins there and they are having some bit of trouble. So I'm going to send you there, knowing that even though no matter how much he rejected, Naruto is strong and he can help them. As Naruto looked towards Minato and then Third Hokage as he said, well, can I reject this mission? As Third Hokage said, well, it is up to the shinobi to accept it or not. As Naruto said, alright, I'm not going at this mission. As Minato's eyes widened and then turned into anger. What do you mean by that? I'm giving you a mission and you're rejecting it? As Naruto said, well, yeah, that is right. I'm going on a B rank mission and you're telling me that I'm not even going to get any fee. So why should I go on this mission? As Minato's eyes widened, as Naruto said, and who are you fooling? This is definitely not a B rank mission. According to the rule books as well as the bingo book, any mission which includes any missing nin like A rank, it becomes automatically a mission of A rank. As Minato said, damn it, as he thought in his mind. As Minato said, no, there are already 2 Jonins. As Naruto said, so why are you sending me there? It is most likely that one of them must be unconscious. I bet it will be either that Kakashi guy. After all, he do have the Sharingan and he must have gotten quite exhausted fighting those missing nins, and your so-called prodigies children are not that much of a prodigy or anything like that. As Minato was now getting angry as Third Hokage popped in and said, well Naruto, it would be a great help to our Jonins as well as for this mission. After all, this mission is not just for them. The land of waves is under the control of a tyrant named by Gato as he's controlling that land and it is mission to save them. As Naruto sighs and said, alright, I will do this mission but according to the laws as well as I will get A rank fee. As Minato nodded at that and then Naruto went off. As Minato was getting angrier and angrier at Naruto each and every day. Now we have in this time the battle with Zabuza still goes the same, but this time Zabuza has a partner. It is the brother of Haku, the twin brother. These are 2 twin brothers as they are able to use ice style more efficiently. So they were able to keep up with Kushina and trapping her in the ice cage as well as developing their techniques even further. So Kushina had a lot of trouble as well as Manmai Mito because for some reason they are having a lot of trouble controlling the QB chakra lately, and we know the reason of that because it is just chakra and it will not act like Kurama who could stop the chakra flow anytime and give it to them. Once it started to leak, it will take a lot of effort to control it, and just think about it, it automatically make a lot of sense. So right now they are at the, let's see, yeah, Zabuza fight has already happened and this time Zabuza had to recruit because Kakashi was giving him a lot of trouble and he was low on chakra, so he just have to flee from the scene. And now right now Kakashi is on the floor. As for Kushina, she's also is quite injured. She does not have QB anymore, so her healing powers are not that impressive, but still she was able to heal herself quite good. So she was having a bit of trouble. As for Sai, the main reason he was there to keep an eye on both these Jinchurikis as well as their parents, because Danzo does not trust Kushina or Minato whatsoever. So that's the main reason Sai was there. Naruto arrived, or you can say popped out of nowhere. All they could see was a glow that arrived out of their house as Kakashi, who was already tired, as they were about to enter into the house of, Tazuna, yeah. As they saw a glow which appeared at back of them, as Kakashi looked back, thinking that Zabuza has arrived as well as Kushina, as they were bringing, They were bringing Kakashi as well as Sasuke, who got quite injured trying to be Uchiha and all. As for Manma and Mito, both of them almost lost control. They were just using the power of Kyuubi, but it just started to get leaked even more and more. And they started to use one tails, two tails, and started to just rampage as well as attacking each other. And it was complete disaster out there. As Tazuna was thinking, why did he even brought this stupid kids here, as it was two Ganon teams as well as two Jonis, but all of them were completely useless. Sorry, Sakura's, all these things, but then I think that in this what if Sakura has a lot of partners, so we shall have it in the next part. Right now I'm quite Naruto appeared out of nowhere, shocking everyone as Kushina said, "You demon, what are you doing here?" As Naruto said, "Well, Lord Hokage has sent me to save your asses." As Kushina as well as Kakashi, both of them were quite angry as Menma looked towards Naruto and said, "We don't need your help, get lost." As Naruto looked towards Menma as well as Mito, both of their arms as well as their body were hurting with the QB burns. As Naruto just chuckled and said, "Well, look towards you. What do you look like? All of your body is injured as well as burning. What did you do?" As both of them were quite shamed that they lost control over the power of QB, which is happening because of the soul connection shattered from the chakra, which controls the chakra flow. So it is just, once it started to leak, it just started to leak, and then it is way too hard to control it. As Naruto said, "Well, I have a mission and I have to complete it. And guess what? I'm getting a pay for an A rank mission." As both Sasuke and Menma and Mito's eyes widened as Kakashi said, "Alright, that is enough. We should be leaving now." As Kushina nodded and then bring Kakashi into the house as they started to relax. Naruto could easily heal all of them, but he's not going to do it for free, that is. As he's going to make them all suffer with time, and it will happen in the Chunin exam, which is going to be really fun. And you guys will see if you guys just keep up with the story. But let us be at it. As the training of Menma and Mito began, all of this time they were just trying to show Naruto that how superior, how strong they have gotten. As for Naruto, he's just ignoring all of them and doing his things, as well as started to go into the village as he saw that how much poverty was in the village. So he went into the forest for hunting as he captured a lot of fishes, many animals, and right now all the villagers are having a feast in the village, as all of them were quite happy as well as cheering for Naruto, as Naruto's name started to get famous. As right now Manma and Mito were passing by the village as they saw that it was a great party, as Tazuna was surprised because they never had any supplies or anything like that. So it was quite impossible. As Kushina said, "What is going on here?" As Tazuna said, "I don't know. How did these people get all this food?" As he asked one of the guy, as he said, "Well, it is thanks to Lord Naruto. He is helping us." As Manma said, "What? Lord Naruto? What are you talking about?" As he looked back to see Naruto giving food as well as several Naruto's clones were helping the villagers. As Manma's eyes widened along with Mito's as both of them started to get angry. As Sasuke said, "What? That demon? How dare he? It should be me. They should be honoring me, that I'm an Uchiha and I'm helping them, and they are calling his name." As Manma said, "Yeah, that demon, he's just trying to deceive all of them." As Kushina was also angry. As for Kakashi, he's right now in his bed and doing his thing right now because he's quite busy reading his book and all. You know, Kakashi is Kakashi. And then several thugs finally arrived and said, "Hey, who dare to bring that stall here? We are the ruler of this land. You should give us some commission." As he looked towards Naruto and said, "You brat. Was you the one who bring all this food here?" As Naruto said, "Well, I am the one. So what are you going to do about it?" As the thug said, "Well, you have to give us all the money as well as the remaining food. I think that food you guys have eaten should be good enough for you." As he started to laugh, as Naruto said, "Well, if you want the food, then bring it on. I might give you something." As Thug said, "Alright, you ask for it, brat," as it rushes towards Naruto. As Kushina, as Menma said, now he's getting what he deserves. As Tazuna was looking towards Kushina and as well as Menma and Mito, as he could see that Naruto was their son and family, but all of them were treating him like an outcaster, or even worse than that, as he was quite shocked to see this type of family, as he just looked towards Kushina with a disappointed eyes, as Kushina noticed that this guy was looking towards her with a disappointed eyes, as she was thinking what did she did wrong. As for Naruto, as he said, well, how about that? I will not move from my position, or I will not use any chakra, but I will destroy all of you. As one of the thugs started to laugh and said, you little brat, even if you use that strange thing that shinobi use, you cannot beat all of them. As Naruto said, alright, bring it on. As all of them, some of them rushes towards Naruto, and then suddenly it got hit, and then again, and then he was slammed into the other, and then all of them were slammed into the wall, as one of them was not. As he said, what did you do? As Naruto said, well, I did not do anything. It is all my heart. It just pumped quite faster, as he could feel the waves coming from his heart. As Naruto put his shirt back, and then the waves were coming from his heart and then started to snap into the thug, as he was slammed into the wall once again, shocking everyone. As Naruto's heartbeat power was so much that he slammed several thugs into the wall, shocking everyone, as Tazuna was really thinking that Naruto was some type of way too strong shinobi, at least stronger than these fools, as he started to walk towards Naruto and thanked him a lot. As all the thugs went off, as Naruto looked towards them and said, next time bring me some challenge. I want to see the strongest of this world. As he started to went off, as all the people were thanking Naruto and shaking his hands and all these things, as girls were having hearts in their eyes and all those things, as Naruto went off, as Menma said, hey, you demon. As Naruto did not look towards him and just completely ignored him, as Mito speak up, hey, we are talking to you, as Sasuke arrived and said, hey, stop ignoring me. As Naruto looked towards Sasuke and said, well, Uchiha, I do not care what you guys think about me or anything like that, but if you ever try to stop me again, I will destroy you. As Naruto's eyes glowed with dread, as Sasuke's hand, which was on the shoulder of Naruto, started to shake, as well as Sasuke's leg, as he could feel the pure horror as well as the fear in his mind, as he got to remember when this time Uchiha massacre never happened, so that is that. As Sasuke started to move out of the way of Naruto, as Menma said, hey Sasuke, why didn't you stop him? As Sasuke was trembling with fear, as Kushina could see that, as she was thinking that Naruto must have done something to Sasuke. Now we have a time skip to the bridge. Yeah, that should be good enough because I don't want to waste my time with these fools and all. As right now we have a time skip to the bridge, as bridge builder was still there, as Kakashi was fighting off against the Zabuza, who was actually stronger than Kakashi in this time, as he was keeping up with Kakashi quite good, as well as because he has two sparring partners like Haku and his brother, so it was good enough, as Naruto never met Haku this timeline, so that is that. As Zabuza started to beat down on Kakashi, as Kakashi was still not recovered quite good because this time he got a lot more injuries, quite troubled about, this time Haku and all his brother was there, as well as fighting with his Ganins as well as Kushina, so he was quite troubled in that matter, so he got beaten up pretty badly by the hands of Zabuza, so Zabuza had to retreat, as Kakashi was trying his best to keep up with Zabuza, while on the other hand Kushina was fighting off against these Chunin level fighters. She was using her chains as well as Menma and Mito, who were trying to use their chains, but only Mito was the one who could actually use it properly, but still these two were quite fast for her as well as keeping up, as Sasuke tried to use his fireball and one Tomoe Sharingan in both eyes, but these two were quite strong, so it was getting harder and harder fight. As for Kiba and all, they were just almost knocked out because Haku and his brother were fast, knowing that these brats would be troublesome, so he quickly knocked out Kiba, Akamaru, as well as what was the other member again? Sakura, I think it was. Sakura is doing her thing as she was standing by with a kunai in her hand in front of Tazuna and trembling in pure fear as Tazuna was thinking just to kill me already because I don't want into the environment in which this useless piece of trash is. As Sakura was pure trembling in fear, as she just had a kunai in her hand, no one is going to be get scared of her because they will just cut her head and then kill Tazuna. As for Haku, he started to beat down on Sasuke, who was not as strong because he was so much busy hating Naruto and all, and thinking that how great he actually is and that type of thing. But still he was strong, not that strong as Kanon, but still. One Tomei Sharingan in both eyes, he was just keeping up. As for Haku's brother, as he was a lot stronger than Haku, even more talent, as he was able to use even the moisture in eyes to convert it into ice. So it was getting harder and harder for Kushina. As for Haku, he quickly knocked out even Sakura and he was heading towards Tazuna, ready to kill him. As Kakashi said, "No, Tazuna!" As for Kushina, she tried to stop Haku, but she was too late as Tazuna was about to be stabbed by the hands of Haku, but suddenly a barrier appeared in front of Tazuna as Tazuna's eyes widened when he saw the blonde hairs as well as relief as Naruto was standing in front of Tazuna and said, "Well, I'm sorry, I got a mission to save this guy and I shall complete it. As for you guys might not be that lucky." As he looked towards Haku, who started to get angry and then started to throw all of his kunai. You know, what was the name of the weapon again? As then, Naruto just flipped his finger as Haku was sent flying. As Haku quickly got his groundings and said, "Alright, this guy is dangerous, brother." As his brother finally arrived and said, "Alright, we don't have time to deal with these guys. These are just way too many, too weak, but still, they're good in numbers." As Menma said, "No, he's not getting the spotlight once again." As his eyes started to turn into the red, as well as Mito. As Kushina said, "Stop it, Menma and Mito, you could not control it." And then suddenly, the red chakra started to get engulf both of them as they were looking towards Naruto with red in their eyes. As then the one tails, two tails, three tails started to appear. As Naruto said, "So you have decided to use that power of Kurama. Well, let's see that how much it will save you." As then Menma and Mito started to rush towards Naruto. Kushina tried to stop both of them, but then suddenly they used their claws and sent Kushina flying. But before she could actually fall into the water, suddenly someone catches her. It was none other than Naruto, as he grabbed Kushina and then put her into the bridge. As she was shocked that Naruto was the one who actually saved her. As Naruto put his hand into her, let's see, into her arm that was bleeding. As Naruto just quickly healed it up, and Naruto said, "Well, you have to take care of Tazuna. I have other things to deal with." As Kushina was quite surprised that Naruto was the one who actually saved her. As she started to get, second thoughts about Naruto and all, because he was not a demon, those type of thoughts. But still, she was far from good right now. As for Naruto, he looked towards Menma, who started to rush towards Naruto in blind rage, almost turned like QB. As then Naruto looked towards Mito, who started to attack Naruto, and Naruto said, "Well, perfect." But before both of them could even reach Naruto, as Naruto moved so fast as he appeared at the center point of both of them, and then he slammed his hand in both of their seals, and then suddenly their connection to the chakra get zero, as both of them got knocked out right there and then. As for Naruto, he looked towards Haku, who was rushing towards Tazuna, as he was ready to kill off Tazuna and complete this mission because Zabuza sensei was doing his best against Kakashi, and both of them seems to have their hands full. So they were ready to kill off Tazuna, but Naruto easily saved Tazuna as he moved so fast and kicked. Just moving so fast, the air pressure sent both brothers flying, as Naruto easily pulled off Tazuna and said, "Well, these annoying people are even more annoying than I thought before," because Naruto was just saving these people as he doesn't even have time to finish off these enemies. He could easily take down all of them. As he said, "Alright, I have enough," as he put two fingers towards both Haku and his brother and said, "Alright, you're done for. Hellfire," as the black flames started to appear in his hand, and then it started to rush towards both Haku and his brother, who tried to make the ice to stop it. Several walls of the ice, but it started to get mad and burst into pieces as the blast was about to reach both of the brothers. But then it vanished out of into nothing, as Naruto did not want to kill them just now because he wanted to see why they were actually doing it, want to understand this world even more. So he started to walk towards him and said, well, I could feel several emotions coming from both of you. You guys are worried about yourself, but more than that, you guys are worried about that guy. I can sense not that evil coming from both of you. You guys just want to protect, that is right. As he looked towards both of them, who were quite shocked that this guy was able to tell this much, as Naruto was walking towards both of them as they were on their guard. But for Naruto, he was just walking as he was not on his guard or anything like that. So Naruto said, so why you guys are actually trying to kill this guy? Don't you know your client is trying to kill all of these people and trying to do all these bad things? As Haku speak up, no, we do not care because we are here only to protect our Lord Zabuza. As Naruto said, oh really? So that's the main reason you are here, right? As before he could actually answer, everyone could hear the laughter as Zabuza was already bleeding from his body, as well as Kakashi. Both of them were actually exhausting each other out, and then it was none other than Gato. As Gato started to laugh as he told them how he was not going to pay Zabuza or anyone, as he was going to kill all of these people from his own. As Naruto saw all those thugs, but before doing that, I want to kill all of you and this bridge and all, as he ordered his thugs to attack Naruto and all. As Naruto said, well, this should be fun. As said, well, all those people who will back away from here on, I will spare all of them, but those who shall attack the people of this town will suffer greatly. As one of the thugs started to laugh and said, well, you little brat, you are going to die here, and we shall take the women with us, which makes Naruto quite angry. As he said, alright, I gave you your chance, now all of you shall pay. As Naruto's eyes turned into the red, as the thug who said that started to get shivers in his body, as he said, I'm not scared of you. As Gato said, attack, as all the thugs started to rush towards, as Zabuza was bleeding from all over his body. As he said, damn it, I have already used all of my power against Kakashi. Only if as Haku and his brother also arrived, both of them injured as well, because Kushina was a good fighter along with Shinobi, so she was able to give a lot of injuries to both of them. As then, you know, all the thugs started to attack Naruto and all, as Naruto said, alright, this should be easy enough. As Kakashi said, Naruto, what are you doing? You cannot take all of them on. As Zabuza was also looking towards Naruto, as Naruto just smiled and said, just watch me. As he opened his eyes, as his eyes started to turn red, as the demon eye was in Naruto's eyes, and then suddenly a gate opened in front of Naruto, as everyone was utterly shocked when the gate opened and the screams could be heard from coming from the door, as everyone was quite surprised. And then the chains started to erupt from this door, this gate, and all those thugs who were coming towards them started to get wrapped because of these chains. Only Gato was the one who remained, and then the chains started to pull all of them into it, as thugs were screaming in pain as they were being pulled into this gate, as everyone was shocked when they all entered into the chain, and then the door closed and then went into the different portal, as everyone was utterly shocked. As Naruto said, well, that should take care of all of them, and now for you, I have plans for you. As he looked towards Gato, who started to back away and started to run, but unfortunately his little legs are not going to take him far away. As Naruto easily came in front of him and said, well, you are going to suffer pretty badly. As then he started to beg Naruto and said, no, please do not do anything to me. I will give you money. I will give you movement. As Naruto said, well, I do not need any of this. But before Naruto could actually do anything, all the villagers arrived as they started to cheer for Naruto, as one of them said, Lord Naruto, give that guy to us. We shall judge him on our own. As Naruto said, well, I had plans for you and pretty bad, to be honest, but I think that those people are right. they have the right to judge you and go on. As a kid, Gato, as he was sent flying towards the mob of people that was there, as all of them started to beat him around and then put him in the center of the village and then burnt him alive as he was screaming in pain. As Naruto said, well, that is quite brutal, to be honest, as not burnt him alive because I think that is way too ruthless, but once I said it, so said it. It is not going to change. After all, it is a shinobi world where they just kill each other for some money and all, and it is quite legal. So I think this should be good punishment for Gato, considering all the bad deeds he has done. So that is that. As for mission is completed. After some time, Man and Mito finally wake up and they were quite angry to hear that Naruto was the one who took care of Gato as well as Zabuza and all has finally left, as Naruto told them, both of them, that he has heard that. As he told both of them that he has heard the Mist Village once was in a civil war, but the war is already over and the rebels has actually won. This surprises Zabuza. He was wandering around, but he has never heard such information, as Naruto told him that he should try to go back on his village and try to be the part of the hidden Mist Village once again, as Zabuza told him that he will investigate about it himself, and if this information was wrong, he shall kill Naruto himself. But deep down he knew that Naruto has a strange power, and this power is way greater than his own, especially that gate thing. Whatever jutsu that was really dangerous, as he asked, hey Brad, what jutsu that was? As Naruto said, well, it is known as the gate of Valhalla, or you can call it the gate to hell. As Zabuza's eyes widened. He has never seen such a jutsu or anything like that, but Naruto said, well, see ya, as he started to walk away. Okay guys, here I will left this part. Hope you guys like it because I'm really tired now. I have recorded for almost 1 hour, and if you guys want the next part of this series, I require 100 comments and 150 likes, and I shall upload the next part of this series. Hope guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed, and see you soon. Peace.